This is Robert.
Hey, Robert, it's Carlos. I was speaking with Mike and you not too long ago.
Yeah. I was expecting a call. Yeah, I was expecting a call about an hour and a half ago.
Oh, I heard 3:30 or 5:30 was the time to call you.
Yeah, 3:30 our time.
Okay, well, that's fine. I have time. Let me just. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I was totally confused. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
he told me
3:30 our
time,
time,
5:30 your
5:30
time.
his time.
Okay, I apologize. I had it wrong.
No worries, no worries. He let me know, a little bit of what happened, and just wanted to see how are you feeling? How are you doing?
Well, still have whiplash. My shoulder hurts like hell. My scalp has got a lot of. It looks like I have a band that goes straight across my top of my head of blood. It's scab.
Ouch.
But, yeah.
I saw that photo. I was like, man, I feel bad, man. It's a lot of things that are happening. I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's all right. I survived. Unfortunately, my dad passed away. But that's he was 91, so it's okay.
Yeah, man. My condolences again. I remember that too. That's tough.
Yeah.
Very tough. And just stay healthy, man. It's just drink some water, stay healthy, stay inside, just heal up. I recently tore my labrum and dislocated my shoulder 2 months ago. I just started.
I'm there with you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Are you able to get your hand above your head?
A little bit. So I did this I'm 29, but I did this when I was 17 really bad in sports. And so I had dislocated it like 17 times, tore it and ripped out the O-ring and the AC joint. So I had screws and like 2 months ago, I don't know if I was under a lot of stress, but I had like a grand mal seizure in my sleep, and my sister my lady found me. And I like pulled out all the screws and then tore everything. And so it took me a long time just to be able to move it around. And so I tried to lift it. Like I tried to like see if I can exercise, but I can't even hang like to do pull-ups. I can't. So I try not to lift it up because I feel like it's gonna like tear or like come back out. That's how weak it is.
Yeah. I feel the same way
on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at my neck, then I got some numbness in my hand a little bit. Once in a while, I moved the wrong way, and in my toes on my right foot. I don't know why, but the 3 middle toes of my right foot are numb at times.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just stay healthy, man.
Yeah.
So just wanted to touch base with you on how we were speaking last time. And I remember how we got down like, hey, what type of money down? And I had said if you needed to speak to family, and just broke down like, well, I found out that you didn't need too much, and just wanted to see if you had asked anybody in the family that needed some, so then we can figure out what amount you would need down.
Well, here's what I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sell the house now that my dad passed, because too many memories, and just want to sell the house. I would want earnest money up front, let's say 20 grand, earnest money on down. Then because of taxes, that will lock in, we'll set the price, 20,000 down. Then first week in January, we'll go to closing, and then I'll vacate the property by the end of February.
Okay, so closing January 1st, and then you vacate at...
No, not January 1st. I'll be hungover. Sometime in the beginning of January.
Okay, gotcha.
I want earnest money up front.
Correct.
And we'll just make it 20,000. And
the EMD, you want 20 grand?
Yeah.
Okay, so that I have like 6 properties in escrow right now. If I do that, I won't be able to do it. How I'm going to get the money to put down for the closing costs and your money down? I'm going to call one of my lenders to let me borrow it. So I wouldn't be able to put 20 grand down as the EMD, but I can put down EMD and then put the amount of money that I'm going to owe to you. And then when we close that at escrow, it would be wired over to you.
All right. Well, so when would this? I want the earnest money up front.
So the EMD, the EMD validates.
It's fully refundable.
No, yeah, even if it's not refundable, I'm a serious person. So what I'm saying is the EMD is going to be validating the deal. This is since I buy a lot of properties, I'm typically just dropping $100 in there to validate it. Doesn't mean I don't perform. I still have that contract that shows you that I'm paying you, and then it's an actual legal contract that's signed by both of us and an escrow.
Yeah.
So I still got to perform. But me putting $20,000 down, now I wouldn't be able to buy any more properties or lock them up this month because I have to continually do it every time with every property. And so the money that I'm going to be using to fund the whole transaction, to pay closing costs, if I need to touch up some of the things at the house and pay you, I then call my lender and then I then put the numbers together, give him a return. And then he then puts that money into escrow, which you can verify that it'll be there when we need to close on it. And then when we close, you get paid and you'll still be there until you said the end of February.
Right.
Okay. So end of February, you want to move out. February. Okay. And so $20,000 down is going to be the money to you. And then the purchase price, where would we leave off at? Was it like 270, 280?
Yeah, it was 270 is what we figured out because I'm giving you a lot of leeway in there.
Yeah. Okay. So 270, $20,000 down. And then right now, is this free and clear or is there any debt?
It's free and clear, but the taxes are due.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to adjust my own taxes and insurance on the purchase price that I get it. So then basically I just need to figure out what I can pay you every month to your equity as well. So let me go ahead and look at this real quick. You had said that there was somebody that down the street like an agent was leasing a property down the street from you, right?
Not for me.
Oh,
they're leasing a. They're leasing a property. They purchased it and they're leasing it now, or it's up for lease. I'm sorry, and they want to buy the house. So I want to sell outright. So, because we had talked about me staying for a year, or up to 3 years, and so we'll just get it all done by February.
Yeah. You just want to be done with it, move out, and then just let me make payments on it until we're done. I got you. Okay, so.
Whoa. What do you mean make payments on it?
Yeah. So, remember we're buying it on terms. So a cash transaction for us to purchase cash with the way we do it when we do buy properties. If we're buying them cash, we either look to fix it and flip. So we look for like a project, or right now,
that's what you're gonna be able to do. I'll be here for less than 60 days.
No.
I'll be here about 45. I'll be here about 45 days if we close in January.
Correct. So I think that there might have been a little bit of confusion or something, because when we first went to negotiate this deal, when we gave you a cash offer,
changed, and then it's all changed.
No. So when we first gave you a cash offer, it was like under 200 grand, remember? And then we said the only way that we can pay this is that high of a price is on terms, meaning we give you, just like anything you're buying, like if you buy a car or a house or furniture, you're typically agreeing on a purchase price. You're typically putting some money down and then you're paying it over some type of time frame. Could be 4, 5, 6 years or something like that.
Yes, we talked about that, but now I just want to outright sell.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't be able to do that, and here's the reasons why. Market is shifting downwards. Interest rates are high. So if I buy this, what happens is I get hit with like a 8%, whatever's out there, and then that actually will eat up all the cash flow, meaning what then I can actually rent it out for. My actual payment will be so high that I won't make any money in that deal. And that's why we had discussed, let's do it this way, where we can still give you top dollar for it, we still give you some money down and make payments over time on this and then clear you out. Doesn't mean I need 30 years, doesn't mean I need 20 years. It's just an agreement between you and I, and I'm making payments. Kind of like with cars, you put a little bit of money down, they give you 4 or 5, 6 years. Homes, they're a lot more, obviously, but in between them.
How long are you looking at doing the term for?
Well, how long are you open to? With the market going down right now?
90 days. I want to get out of here. I want to move. So
where are you planning to move to?
I don't know. I'm just going to sell everything and see my young daughter just wants to travel for a little bit, and then I'll buy her a little 2-bedroom. And I don't know. Ever since my dad passed, my values have changed, and so my mom is not doing well. So that's why I need to be unhinged, to just be able to I don't think she's going to make it through December. She has COVID. She's 84 and she has Alzheimer's. She was hospitalized for 5 days.
Wow.
And so a little bit of transition there. I'm probably going to be an orphan by the end of December.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay. I mean, you know, but she lives in her own little world right now, and it's, you know, it's better. You know, she goes and can move on. So
Robert, if I'm not able to do it this way, right? Like buy it cash from you, and I'm not able to move forward without, you know, elongating that term from 90 days to at least 5-6 years. I won't be able to move forward. Would there be a way that we can maybe fix this up a little bit and see if we can do this?
Let's see. Yeah, here's what we could do. You put 20,000 down. I stay here for 1 year. I do not pay rent. And then you guys can purchase it after 1 year at the set price, and we'll adjust it so that if it goes down, if the market goes down, which over here it's still going up, by the way. If the market goes down, we adjust the final purchase price down by market size. So if it goes down 8%, we adjust the final price down by 8%. And then if it goes up, you guys keep the upside.
Gotcha. Okay. So the only thing, I mean, I would be able to like lease it back to you, but when doing it that way, this is how I look at it as an investor. When we make money on deals, it's either like a fix and flip, like a one and done, or in monthly cash flow. If we go and buy this at top dollar in a downshifting market, like 2008, we're in a recession, the prices aren't really.
I'm not going to ask top dollar. I already told you.
No, I know,
it's
but
worth $330. You're getting $60,000 in equity.
No, we'll actually hear this one out. So as we start to shift downwards, the prices start to come down as well. So though it might be worth 30, 40, 50, $60,000 more today, in 3 to 6 months, it won't be worth that. If you can recall 2008 and when we did our recession.
Okay. I'm a mortgage broker.
Yeah. So here's how
so I told you, we adjust the final price then.
Yeah, correct.
Down. If it goes down 8%, we adjust the final payoff down 8% on the agreed price.
I might be able to.
So you're covered.
Yeah, I got you. It's just, here's the thing. If I go and put money down, right, on this thing and I invest some time into it, and then I'm not collecting any rent, you know, I'm actually on a negative side. And as an investor, I can't make decisions like that. I'd have to be able to make money each time because I am using other people's money to fund deals. And so when I do things like that, it actually won't work for me if I'm not making some type of compensation in return to at least pay the bills on even though you own this free.
All right, then we make it 30,000 down, and then I pay $600 a month.
So if I were to give you 30,000, I would still need like some type of let me see. So if I did 270 and you wanted to lease it back for a year, you would pay 600. And I'm going to take a look really quick to see what market rents are in the area. And I'll help you out there as well. So I'm not going to charge you market, but I just got to see what it is. So give me 1 second. Okay. Now I'm just plugging in some numbers. Does like 2,020, 200, does that sound about right in the area?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Let's take a look at a couple of websites, and I see market rent to be up there. So in a scenario, right? If I put 30 grand down to make $600 a month, and I see that, what does that bring me annually? It's like $7,200. It might work. It might not. If I needed a little bit more money, maybe $1,000, would that be something you could do if I were to lease it back to you for that year? And then at the end of, you know, you moving out, I then rent it out to somebody else for more. And then, you know, over our term that we have, let's say it was 5 or 6 years, I then write it after making payments during that time. There'll be that last term, that last month, and I'll just write you a check for the remaining balance. Would that work?
Send me the numbers on that and I'll take a look at it, because I'm not in front of my calculator, but that may work.
Yeah, because my goal actually would be to have a tenant in there right away and start maximizing, right? I am an investor, so I would preferably love to give you the money down and then me go ahead and start renting this out to somebody else that can pay me top dollar. That's how we do it as investors, right? But at the same time, I understand your scenario, and that's why I don't mind it. I don't mind working with you and leasing it back to you, because here's one thing. Whatever price we do decide on today, you'll get a higher purchase price today than, hey, let's say you needed to leave in a year. In a year, we don't know what the market's going to be like, since we
that's right. I can get a higher price too.
Yeah, and I agree with you. So I think this could be possible. It's just like I said, I'd rather do it the other way, where I got another tenant in there. Do you have to be there after February, or would there be a way, maybe, you know, you had some room at your daughter's house, like you were saying, would that work for you as well?
You said after February?
Yeah, because I would like to maximize, right? As an investor, I would like to go ahead and put a tenant in there so I can actually charge them the $2,000 or whatever, and I can make payments with you. Because here's the thing, I know that you want to be leased back, but if I lease back, it's like you'd pay $600 to me.
I say I don't need it that long. I'll be out in 45 days.
Okay, but I thought you just said you'd want to stay there for 12 months and pay me $600 a month.
Well, you said that you didn't want to do it when I told you that I just wanted to sell the house outright, or I could be here for 45 days. But then after 45 days, it's a done deal. You need to close, and we need to end it in. So basically, you'd have almost 2 months from this point to get all your ducks in a row, to get somebody to, you can come in and fix it, do whatever you want. You put money down, and then you can come in and fix it up while I'm here, or you can just leave it the way it is. And then with the money down, I'll pay $600 a month until you then come up with the final payment. So basically, your balloon
doesn't fit our business model, though. And I get you. I totally get you. I'm trying to work with you. For this to work, right? Let's say I gave you $270 and $30,000 down. I would need to finance it from you for at least 5+ years, meaning I'd be making payments to you, and my payments would be less than market rent, so I can make money too. So like, let's say it's 2,000, right? And I'd be like, hey, I'll make 1,000, you make 1,000, kind of thing. And let's say I made those payments for 5 years, and then I still owed you 200,000+. That last month, I would be writing a check for the remaining balance that I owe you. And the reason why I need to do it that way is in 5 years, the market would start to shift a little bit and rates would start to come down. So that
I'm not going to carry the note for 5 years.
Yeah,
I want to bail. I want out of here. Too many memories, and I'm selling everything, and I'll figure out afterwards what's going to happen.
So if I buy this, so I can buy it cash, just let you know, but I have to adjust if I go get a loan on the cash price and I get hit with 7 or 8%.
50.
No, I hear you. I'm just letting you know, because I'm going to plug in the numbers real quick to see what I'm going to be able to do. Give me 1 second, because here's how I'm looking at it. If I get hit with $250,000 loan at today's interest rates, 8% or whatever. Let me see. I'm going to put this in my calculator. It's not going to give me the return.
No, you should. If you've been in the business, you should have an institution you work with that'll give you better than 8%.
Yeah, well, it's pretty tough right now when everybody's up. Hard money is more expensive. Private money is more expensive, and I hear it too. I work on.
No, okay, I haven't been. Yeah, I haven't had to deal with it for years.
So. Yeah, it's just the market right now. It's not you. It's not that your house isn't worth more. No. Believe me, if this didn't happen, I could pay you more, because I knew I would get like a 2 or 3% like I used to. Then that gives me much. So I put it in. If I did 250 grand cash and I went and got my own loan at 8%, I'm paying like almost 1850, and rent's like, a couple $100 over that. So it's like, that doesn't make too much sense.
So you're going to flip it.
No.
You said you're going to flip it.
But no, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to buy and hold it. So flipping it, I would need like a really, really reduced price on it. But buy and holding it, I can still buy it, but it would still need to be less than 250. It would still have to be like 200 or so I can even see if it makes sense.
We're not in the same ballpark.
I know we're not. And that's why I wanted to see like the other way would be the best route for me, would be like to allow me to finance it for a few years.
Okay, so if you're going to finance it for how long? You want 2 years, 3 years?
So 2 or 3 years, I don't think is enough for this market to shift. How I would pay you out would be to refinance. So if in 2 or 3 years I can't refinance, it's like, well, how am I gonna actually clear you out? And then this is what would happen if that happens. I would have to call you back and say, hey, do you mind if you refinance me in another 2 or 3 years? Because the bank, the rates are still too high, and I'm not able to give you the number that I owe you and still cash flow with this new loan. And so that's why I'm not doing anything for 2 to 3 years. But
the reason I'm not is the reason I'm not is because my dad just passed away, and I almost bled out on my own floor. So I don't want to be tied down. And if I'm dead in 2 years and we have a 5-year note, it doesn't do me any good. Of course, my children would inherit something, but that's not the whole object of the thing.
No, yeah, I hear you. And yeah, we've had this happen a lot where the homeowner said the same thing. And then we ended up just setting up the accounts and everything where if that scenario were to happen, they can either make an account for their children for the payments to continue to go to, or the full amount, or a charity of their event, so there are ways around that to be able to pay the proceeds to the family for sure. So maybe what if I did this then? What if I were to finance it for 3 years, and let's say that I wasn't able to refinance you out in those 3 years? If like say that doesn't happen, I go 3 years and then it's time for me to pay you a balloon payment. I go to the bank, get a loan, it doesn't work. Would you be willing to allow me to put like a 3-year extension on there, like a 3-year option, 3 years? And then if I can't do it, I would automatically go.
I'm not going 6 years. No. I really would like to just sell the property, or 12 months. I'll carry something for them. But the longer you want to make your payments, the higher the price goes.
That's
so there's a yin and a yang.
So I'm a guy who can pay higher prices. I'm a guy that can pay market and things like that, but it has to make sense on my end too. So it kind of works like this. I can give you a purchase price that fits your model, and then I just need to have the terms at least fit my model, so then I can make money. And that's me. I could be the bold guy. I could still buy it higher and everything. I could still pay a little bit more. I just need cash flow, and I need the right term to cash flow, so then I can balloon you at the right time with the right banks. That's the only reason. That's why I'm trying to negotiate with you. I'm not trying to overcut anything. I'm just seeing what I can work with myself as the investor on the phone.
Right.
So if I paid you a little bit more on the purchase price, would you be willing to go a little bit longer?
No, I'd rather have more down and then I'd go longer.
Well, let's see. So how much more money down do you think you would need so I can underwrite and see what would make sense? With that money down too, by February, I would like to get some, or by March, I would like to get another tenant in there, so then they can start paying the bills, so then I can pay you what I'm going to owe you every month.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that'd be more than acceptable.
Yeah. So is there a certain amount that you really need to get down, or is it like, hey, I just want more money down? I'm
going to give it to my children, because obviously with my dad's estate coming, because my mom is not going to, as I said, she's probably not going to make it through this.
So the only thing that you're going to really pay taxes on is money down. Since it's not all cash purchase, you don't pay the capital on all the money. The amount of money I give you down will be taxed. And so I'm not sure if you already have your legal team to advise to say, hey, how much?
Yes, that's why I would do it on January 1st.
Yeah, I totally got you.
Yeah, so because it'd be taxable for the next year, not for this year.
Got you. So typically the way it works when I'm buying them like this, like I'm maxing out like at 10% money down. I'm a little bit over at the purchase price of $270 and $30,000 down.
All right, so we take 27,000 down, or 25.
Okay, but I need a little bit of a term, right? What are you willing to work with me the longest length on the term?
I prefer 12 months.
I can't do anything like that. That's the thing.
What's the minimum you could do?
like I'm trying to go like 5 to 7 right now. It's like the minimum
No,
I'm doing.
No.
I know you're not
There's
willing
no
to
way.
do it. I was just answering.
I mean, I'd be 69 years old if I made it that long.
Yeah. And I buy them all the time from sellers that they're up in their ages as well.
I know, but you have to understand, I just went through a traumatic experience.
No, I know.
I almost died myself. So I'm not looking 7 years down the road. I'm not looking a week down the road.
Well,
and it's just where I'm mentally where I'm at right now. That's just where I'm at. I'm looking to get money for my children. And if I just would like to just sell the house, give them money, and I just go. Or, I want a short term. So, and I'm sure we can come to, terms. I have people calling me all the time, and I tell them I'm working with somebody. Leave me your number, and I'll call you back. I have all kinds of, I don't know how they got my freaking number either. I don't know.
It's what we do. It's easy. Well, here's the thing. With everybody else, I know you can give it a shot. I'm here trying to underwrite it and be a serious buyer as well. I'm not trying to hold.
I'm being honest. I tell them I'm working.
That's why I'm trying to figure this out with you. I'm not, and the thing is, I've never tried to lowball you or try to be aggressive with you. I'm just trying to see what's going to fit your needs and how I can buy it with your needs as well in there. I know that I'm going to need more time than 2 years, or even 12 months or 2 years or 3 years. Like I said, if I were to put 3 years on a purchase sale agreement, I would have to put an option if it doesn't refinance, if I'm not able to balloon you out, to automatically extend it for another 2 or 3 years. And you would still make passive income every month on it. You'd still be getting a monthly payment. You would have got your money down. But the thing is, I wouldn't be able to confidently to tell you, yeah, I could do this 3 years, because I know that this market isn't going to take 3 years for it to stabilize. We just went into this market crash or recession that we're in, So I don't think in 3 years I'm going to have that opportunity. I think I'm going to breach contract and have to call you and say, this isn't working. I need to go a little longer because of the market still, their interest rates are still not where they need to be for us to make money. And that's why that's how I'm looking.
All right. Well, to use round number, 6,000 down, I pay you 1,000 a month, and the balloon is at the end of 36 months. Round numbers, pretty simple.
What did you say the money down was?
$30,000
down.
36,000 down. I pay you 1,000 a month, and at the end of 36 months, you exercise the right to pay with the balloon.
Oh, okay. So you're saying you stay there for 3 years and pay me $1,000?
Yes.
That one won't work either.
All right. Do it at 24 months then.
No. Not that. I can't do the 3 years. That's the more two. I can't do anything under that. That's it.
But it's too short.
Yeah, I kind of just explained, if I were to go to the banks, that's how I'm going to get the money for it. Just to be frank with you, is when I finance it like this, I obviously turn you into the bank, and then I go to another bank when it's time for me to pay you off. But those banks are going to give me rates that might not let me make money. Like how I said, hey, if I bought this at 250 with 8%, that's at 250, right? At 8%, I was only going to bring in $200. Well, I don't think that we're going to have I don't think we're ever going to see the same rates as we were able to 2 or 3%. Those were hard to find. Now we're not going
to see 2% again for a long time.
Oh, I know. And so that's what my thing is. If I still owe you X amount of money, market's down now, rents come down now over time and stuff as the market shifts down. I'm like, well, the reality is I can't balloon you out because the banks, they're not going to give me the rate that I need to actually make money every month. And that's why I'm saying I can't go 3 years. And if I had just to write it, so you can see it on the piece.
Well, we could do a rider on there that if you can't do it in 36 months, then the contract stays in place and we do it at 12 months at a time with up to 2 extensions. So that would give you your 5 years of wait, let's see.
That might work.
Yeah.
And here's my goal. If I'm able to do it in between, sooner than 3 years, I'll do it. We'll put no prepayment penalty. So then I can actually go, and if I'm able to sell it and if I find somebody to actually buy it off of me or something in 18 months, we can clear it out. But that would make a little bit more sense if we did a 3 year with 2 12 months extensions. Let's see.
Okay. And then how much down? 36,000 down. And then I pay you $1,000 a month.
So your goal is to still live there. Would I be able to just rent this out by March, and then you possibly?
See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rent it out then.
That's something that you can do. You know, a lot of homeowners would have told me that if they weren't able to get the number on the market with a realtor, they said, I would rather cash flow doing it this way. Here's why this could be a little bit better, because you still get a monthly check, but here's the cool part. You don't really have to take care of the tenants, since you're more of the bank, right? Like, let's say this house,
I
get that, right? Yeah. So you can net more money. You have no headaches. If the roof or something collapses, I have to pay for it, not you. It's just a monthly check to you. That's what will happen. Would that be more preferable, or would you rather rent it out? Because I don't want to take away from you if you want to rent it out too.
Well, at $1,000, well, no, let's see. That's a good question. See, so if we did 36,000 down, and then the market rent over here is about 2,000 a month, and we split that because I'm carrying the note. So you get 1,000 a month, I get 1,000 a month, and we do that for 36 months, and then the 1,000 that you get is yours,
right?
Of course, and the
yours
1,000 is mine.
Yeah.
And I'll be responsible for the upkeep and the property, and taxes, and.
Oh, so you kind of want to like almost like lease option it to me, kind of thing.
Yeah, you'd have the option to then purchase it.
That's something. So I actually own a house like that. I mean, I am leasing a property exactly like that, where I leased it at a fair price, and then I turned around and then released it, you know, for a profit. That if that's the way it works, I mean, if I could do something like that where we do it a 3-year lease option with those 220.
But we could put a rider in there that says if you get somebody that you can sell it to at above what you owe me, we will split the difference. So you can still sell it before the 36 months are over. And if, let's say we set the price at 250, just to use a round number, and if we set the price at 250 and then you can sell it at 300 within 6 months, then we'll split that, 25 each.
That would be the money that I would make it as an investor. That would be the difference on that. And that sounds great, like a partnership, but I have a partner already. So that would be a little different. That wouldn't work for me. I would agree with you when I can pay you, and then whatever I can make on the end would be me as an investor. I don't think that the market's going up, so I won't be able to get appreciation.
It is over here.
You get me? We're not, no, even if it is a little bit over there, it'll start coming down because we are nationwide and it is going down. I mean, I know you were a mortgage broker before. If you were to start jumping on and seeing everything, I think Bank of America just stated that, oh, we're in a recession. Well, really, we were in a recession since July, but
I was going to say it started a while ago, but
yeah,
that's not necessarily the housing market. And you know that when they say a recession, it goes across the board from retail to other things.
Oh, 100%. So, yeah, but the market is coming. I do buy nationwide. The market is dropping down now. That's why a lot of people are also not able to give top dollar. Like if you were to sell your house in the beginning of the year for like 300 plus, you would have got it. You probably would have got 20 or 30 grand over the asking price, like everybody was doing. But
there's a company over here that just they're advertising markets over here, and they're on the radio, and they are saying every week they're saying this customer, and they have the customer on there, so who knows if it's real or not. But they sell a property and they got 20,000 over what they were asking. Another guy got 40,000. Another guy got 10,000. So the market over here is a very small select market. So you can't go by national terms over here. This is a completely, and the reason is, this is the third largest city to move to is the Dallas-Fort Worth area because of taxation. there's no estate taxes because of the infrastructure of the companies that are coming here. Dell is expanding, and I don't know, Elon Musk is building a Tesla factory over here. So this is the third hottest market, and people are getting above what they're asking for. So you could, like I said, we can set a price, and you can be selling it in the meantime, and then
So I'd be more interested in the lease option of anything, like how we're saying it, but the other ways wouldn't make sense. And I want you to make the most money. So even if you maybe have called the radio station, right, or whoever was putting that out, call them and see if they can give you more, because I do want you to make the most out of it. I am not trying to take from your table or your families. I just know what I
Texas Home Lending.
Say it again.
Texas Home Lending is the name of the company, I believe.
Yeah, you can possibly check them out and see if they could pay you more, or like these other investors that are calling you that are willing to pay you more. Maybe you can go that route, because I can't, right? Like, I just can't. I know that I'm not in a rush, though I buy a lot of properties, and you're not in a rush either. Obviously, that's why we're still negotiating. But I'm not in a rush to spend my money foolishly, because I do have opportunity to buy a lot. I do have 6 right now in escrow, and we're working on several of them. So I have that opportunity. I'm blessed, and I really am appreciative of what's going on. But with this transaction, if you and I, we might not be able to do it if it's going this route. I would want you to make the most. So maybe you can even call those other companies and see if they can give you more, or we can possibly go the route that we were talking about.
Which route is the one that you prefer?
Well, I would prefer to actually just buy it from you the way I said, instead of leasing it. I would rather buy it for 3 years and then have those 2 12 months extensions. So I would be making $1,000 payment to you. So it would be like this. It'd be like, I'd give you $30,000 down, make $1,000 payments for 36 months, right? And then at the 36 months, if I'm not able to balloon you out, I'm going to be trying to in between 36 months, trying to find a way to get out of it. But if I can't, we'll go for another 12 months or the other 2 12 months or whatever. And then at that point, I'll be able to balloon you out. It would be the best if I did that, even over lease option, because why I'd like to do it the other way is, as an investor, I like to have that access to be able to do things as the owner of it. So putting my name on the title and on the deed instead of leasing it out would be the best way for me to actually do what I need to do and make money. This is how I do it as an investor. I'm not opposed to leasing it out. I'm just giving you the answer because you said, what would you rather do? I would rather buy it instead of lease it out. I would rather buy it from you on payments for those 3 years with those 2 12 months extensions, and still give you money down and still give you money every single month on it. And the way you're protected, so you know, is you would be sitting in first position, recorded on the title, and I'll even put a performance mortgage that I can email you so you can see it. And it gives like a worst case scenario. If like, hey, sounds good, Carlos, you go ahead and give me $30,000 down, you give me $1,000 a month. Let's say I pay for 12 months and something super unfortunate happens to me. Maybe I get hit by a car and I didn't set up like auto pay. And then I can't make a payment to you. Well, luckily there's no debt, right? So it's not going to hurt anything, but I owe you. So what would happen is this performance mortgage, it's an agreement between you and I, and it goes over exactly what I just said. And if that happens, the property would just get deeded back into your name and you keep the 30 grand and those 12,000 you made that year. And why that sounds like a worst case scenario, it wouldn't be your end, it would be my end. It would be a better case for you for that to happen to me. But as an investor, since I am putting money and time into it, I have money in all my other deals that would never happen. Even if something were to happen to me down the road, I would just set it up where I could just transfer the money into your account, every.
So you'd be willing to do 30,000 down, you pay 1,000, you pay me 1,000 a month. For, you said minimum of 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, and we set the price at what?
What did you say, 270?
Okay. I think we have a deal.
Okay.
Send me but now you will be in second position on title.
No, you would be. Actually, you'd be in first position. I'm not going to be on second position. My name's on the deed. So I owe you a debt. You're the bank to me. So like,
yeah, okay.
If I was like, if you weren't on it, obviously I would own it free and clear, but I owe you the money. So you would be the only debt in place recorded on title.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're just on deed.
Yeah. I'm just on the deed.
Okay, and that's a $10 filing thing here in Texas. Actually, says in lieu of $10.
Yeah. And I work with agents too. I bought a couple properties in Texas with agents this exact way. So I have contracts with agents buying it this way, and I have my own contracts this way. So it's all possible. I literally just locked one up this month and last month in Texas, one in Conroe and one in Cove, Texas, and I'm working one in Grand Prairie right now. So I'm
right across from me, right across the freeway.
Which one? Grand Prairie?
Grand Prairie, yeah.
Yep, I'm buying one right now that's with an agent involved right now. So, and I had just already closed on one with an agent, working on another one that's in escrow with an agent, and I bought one from an agent that was in foreclosure in Florida, same way. So all of this is possible. I have the documents to show you. I could send you, so with this agreement between you and I, $270,000, $30,000 down, $1,000 a month to you for 3 years with the 2 12-month extensions. And I can go ahead and send you over not only the agreements, but I'll send you over some like information on like a little bit of credibility about who we are. Okay.
Okay, you can, let's do that. I want some hard copies still because my printer's not working. I don't feel like going to Best Buy to buy a printer. So if you can put all the contact and everything in an envelope in the mail, doesn't have to be FedEx. You can get it any way you want, UPS. And then, and have it notarized already on your end. So that way the hard documents are already notarized. And then when I sign it, I'll get it notarized over here as well. So that way everything is on the up and up and everything is completely notarized with 2 different notaries. And is that acceptable?
That is. I don't mind doing that. I can send you hard copies, and then typically we got to get them notarized anyways. I know Texas allows you to do digital notarization now, so that's pretty cool.
Well, I didn't know they did that now, because for a while they weren't doing that.
Yeah, every other place though didn't do that. Every other place had, obviously I had to get them printed out, go to like a bank or have a notary come to me and then notarize them, then send out hard copies. I didn't know that. I thought you always had to have somebody in person when you notarize things.
Yeah, I guess that's what because like I said, I've been out of the game. We always had to have a person.
Yeah, I agree, for sure.
It had to have the stamp.
For sure. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and email you everything first, and then I'll send you hard copies. So then you can just see it all up front in an email, and then I'll send you the hard copies.
Okay, you can send an email and then get the hard copies out tomorrow if you have all the contracts ready and everything. And what I'll do then is I'll look it over, and then if everything's fine, I'll sign it and send it back within today's Tuesday, by Friday, depending on when I get it. So I'll get it back to you within 48 hours after I get it, because we've already had the agreement. Just depends on what time it gets here and what time I can get to the post office.
Sounds good, Roger. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll touch back with you. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so
and
much.
You have a blessed evening.
You too. God bless. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Let's fucking go.
Damn. Amazing.
Bam.
Yes, sir.
Let them know they need to get in here in the powerhouse and learn from a true closer who's gonna fucking change the shit up. Homie.
Dynamite.
Damn, boom. Get it.
Hey, he was a tough one, bro. For like the last couple weeks.
That's how you work a deal. You see how you work a deal. We went over everything. I still related to him. I teach a lot of you guys behind the scenes the truth. I talked to a lot of you guys today and tell you the real in-depth sales training that has to go through. Did I get aggressive with him? Did I lowball him? Did I decline him? Did I pay him top dollar? No, the house is worth $340. The rent is like $2,500 to $2,700. I told him it was like $2,000. No interest. Boom, boom,
boom. Hey, there's so much fire in this call, bro. There's so much fire.
It's all recorded, bro.
It was Carlos ASAP. It was like martial arts, because he wanted to use his weapons. He wanted to use his weapons, and you let him use it, and then you use those against him. But at the end, he gave up because like he used everything he had, and it's like, yeah, okay, you know what? Let's do it for $270.
Right, he was working against like Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to play victim for a little bit.
There was one big pivotal moment, and it was like a turning point, and it was the power of the silence. I was about to type it in there, where he spoke. First one who speaks loses. He was so uncomfortable with the silence that he spoke again. right when that hit, I was like, this guy wants to sell, but he's a fox in sheep's clothing. He knows the market, Carlos. He's a mortgage guy. Mortgage guys don't stop looking at the numbers, man. You don't tell me. I don't care if he's 75, 85, 95. He gets more into his numbers. You know, oh, I don't know what I'm going to happen in 2 weeks, but I can't give you 5 years. But I need to. Come on, man. I hear all that stuff, the great stuff, Los. Let him know, man.
I've been doing this for years at the car business, baby. What's up? That wasn't even a battle. We were just brainstorming. He had no aggressiveness. He was just trying to really work what he can work with. I showed him what I can work with. My business model, what works for me, what I would prefer. But hey, I'm open to you too. Let me hear you out. Laid out the things he probably didn't want to hear. True salesmen and negotiators will lay out the things they want to hear and the things they don't want to hear and still get it done. You got to learn to be that strong, right? I heard how many no's. How many times he told me no over 60 days? How many times he told me 12 months? How many times he told me 2 years? None of that shit mattered to me because I try to tell him I'm a serious buyer. I pulled away. Go and buy it go and sell it over there then. Go and sell it over there then. Do this and do that. Few follow-up calls and we lock it up, man. He's going through a lot as well. I try to be nice as well. We bumped up the money down. He's gonna allow me to make $1,200 to $1,500 on $30,000 down.
Interest?
Yeah.
0 interest, homie. What's up?
It's that follow-up.
All right, cool. Questions? Anybody questions on anything that I just went over? Why
there should be so many questions in here,
I have
guys.
a question. I do have a question.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a point where he was just like, nah, I'm just not gonna take that, right? Why you didn't ask him? I was like, all right, so what's gonna happen if you don't take that? What's gonna happen in the next 12 months? Because I saw his main concern was he wanted to give money to his kids. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted to.
So you were on this is a follow-up call. So his kids have money. His kids make money. It's just he didn't know. So he was like, when he had first said, "Oh, I want $50,000 or $60,000 down," I said, "Why? Do you need money?" "I don't need money. I have money. I have this and that." So then I said, well, let's find out what money you need then. And I just told you, well, that's not what you need because you said you didn't need anything. You're just going to sit on it. You're going to devalue money. Why don't you just ask? Because he talked about his children. I'm like, why don't you ask your children? Don't disrespect me and talk about my children. Sir, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm saying because why don't you ask them to see what type of money they need? Well, one of my daughters, her husband, they own a HVAC system. They do very well. My other daughter, she's in college. Maybe she needs a little bit of money. Yeah, I'm just saying because you didn't need anything. I just maybe wanted you to ask if they needed. Oh, Carlos, I'm so sorry that I said it that way. I totally get what you were saying. That's how it happened. Huh, Mike?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, what would be well is if you put all of these recordings together so you can see the follow-up in the way that he was performing in the beginning and the way his tonality has changed all the way until the end. So I would just kind of butt all three of those up.
Bro, it's a deal, homie.
Bro, it's a deal, bro.
That's $1,000 to $1,500. Check it out. Check this out. If you can make 12 to 30, because the market rents right here, I pulled it up. I pay for
it's high, bro. That's one of the properties in Bedford, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna screen share with you guys real quick.
Wait,
bro, that market literally has went up $5,000. Like it's that property alone. It looks like it's just continuing to rise. I don't know why.
Average, homie. The average is 27, and I told him it was 2.
Isn't he gonna run his number and then come back and try to like renegotiate?
He ain't running nothing. He's having a drink right now.
We'll find out, Amby. I mean, even if he does, like, okay, even if we adjust it half from 27. Wow, you found out 1350 to you, 1350 to me. Cool. Yeah, cool. Still a home run.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a pretty honest guy, though. He was very clear about having a verbal agreement, and I think he's an honest guy. He doesn't want any, I think that
if I give him 30 racks down and I make $1,700 a month, at the end of the year, I'll bring back $20,400 automatic. That's like a 80, 90 is like a 70, 80% cash on cash return.
Right.
Badass deal. Badass deal. That's how you do it.
I like the way you pivoted the moment of the partner. You're like, I already have a partner. The way you switched out.
That sounds great and all, but I mean, it doesn't benefit me at all. It sounds cool, but no, I have a partner because I do have a partner. Mike.
Hey, gang.
My partner. All of you guys are my partner on all your deals, so just to let you know, I got you.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
questions before we roll into other deals because I got another hour or so and I want to blow out some deals. I want to get a couple more deals. I got to talk to this builder. I know that I got to Is there anybody else in here that got to talk to someone's deal?
This has been 4 months with follow-up on this guy right here. So
congratulations to you too.
Yo,
4 fucking months.
Awesome.
Of a lot of, I had so many phone conversations. Let me tell you, I have such a good relationship with him, and I put all of the money on Carlos and like, hey, he's the money guy, you know. And I was basically checking up on his health for like weeks on weeks, and then he fell and busted his head. And I think me maintaining that relationship gained the trust between me and Carlos' partnership. There was no question like, where's Mike at on the phone? Like none of that. So it's like, no matter what, the follow up from start to end is what probably, you know, helped this. But Carlos, he's a closer, so it doesn't matter. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
So these deals are when you can charge, like, even though $30,000 on a $270,000 purchase price. Well, I mean, we got some really good cash flow for 36 months. That's, you know, 36 months times whatever. Is it going to be 1,000 for us or 1,500 or 17? So even if it was just $1,000, that's 12,000 a year, right? 36,000 over that time frame. These are when you can charge higher assignment fees, like 15, 20,000, because you're making those are great deals. Yeah, the purchase price isn't, you know, it's like a 20% down if you're charging 10, 20 grand, but still 20% down to still make fucking 20 grand in a year. Like if someone's putting 50 or 60 grand down on this property and then making 20 G's a year on it, in 3 years, they made their money back. And then the fourth year, it's already infinite return, no money back in the deal.
Right.
Cool, man. Next question. And then we'll roll into another live call. Any questions on this deal?
Bro, you want to do another? If you guys don't have live calls, you want to call this other one, that Airbnb in DC, bro?
No, I do have another one lined up right after you. So,
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
I can.
Bet. I don't know. I want to say I can't let you close all of them, bro. So I got to close them tomorrow.
I want you to go the distance, brother. Go the distance and tag me when you need me, and so then you can.
Robert was a little difficult. He was next level. Robert was next level for me, for sure.
You guys are learning. You know, it's not that he's next level. It's just that he is somebody that doesn't understand it and wants to help himself out. It's not open to what we're explaining. And so I'm open to him and open to letting him know how we work and then letting him know that I'm here to help him out. You were following up. We had good rapport on it. I was talking about this book that I'm reading. I'm almost done with. It talks about having good relationship can overcome a deal over having a great deal and you having a shitty relationship and ruin the deal on that stuff. Mike, he hooked it up for me. You know what I'm saying? He got it for me. He tagged me in and I go and do what I need to do the best. Mike was in there working it. I worked another deal where we locked it up on contract and Mike went in it and reduced it like 20 grand to the seller, reduced the money down off like 20 grand off. So we tag team each other because I also want Mike to go that distance and you won't be able you won't be able to remember things if you're not practicing it yourself, meaning you're not out there actually getting on the phone call with those nervous feelings and asking for that big discount. And eventually you do it over and over. You no longer feel nervous. You sound like me. I liked how you did this or that. You stayed quiet. This isn't my first rodeo, you know? It isn't.